Hello everyone, thank you so much for coming to this very important PowerPoint. I'm going to try and make it as quick as possible because let's be real, everyone's attention spans are really short these days, and I need to educate everyone as quickly as possible. Just a disclaimer, I am not by any means an expert in human sexuality or studies. I don't have a degree in any sort of thing like that. However, I am a professional lesbian and was a professional owner of a Molly American Girl doll growing up, so I think that definitely makes me a professional on this topic. So let's get started. We're just going to try and breeze right through this. So, hi guys, thank you so much for coming today. My presentation is why Molly from American Girl doll is the OG lesbian icon. That's a lesson by Kit Myron, that's me. Hey, how's it going? But first, American Girl dolls. What are they? Backstory. American Girl dolls. American Girl dolls are lifelike 18-inch dolls released in 1986 by Pleasant Company. If you don't know what they are, you probably live under a rock, because pretty much this is a doll that every girl had to have during the cringe years. The cringe years can be defined as anyone who went through puberty specifically during the early 2000s who were the target age for an American Girl doll. Examples might include pictures you have from your childhood like this, or this, maybe a little bit of this, maybe a little bit of this. So to do the math, let's recap. We've got our cringe years puberty plus 2000s fashion, American Girl dolls, plus sexual awakening equals sexual trauma unpacking with a therapist for years to come. Enter Molly McIntire. Molly is described as not very good at math, especially multiplication, dislikes turnips, and is afraid to swim underwater, which, bitch, same! Those are very lesbianistic tendencies. Let's go back. Not very good at math, dislikes turnips, is afraid to swim underwater. We're going to prove this because the universe knows that the gays would be too powerful if they could do math. She also dislikes turnips, which do lesbians even eat vegetables? This question previously had details. They are now in a comment. I don't know what that means, but this came up on a Quora website, so definitely I think some people are convinced that lesbians don't eat vegetables. Lastly, the whole thing with swimming. I personally am a terrible swimmer. Every lesbian I know is either a terrible swimmer or a lifeguard, so that one's kind of hard to figure out. So I found this quote from a random captain. I think it's from a novel. I don't even think it's real. Homosexuals can't swim. They attract enemy radar. They attract sharks. They insist on being placed at the captain's table. They get up late. Yeah, that pretty much sums it up. So I'm going to say that counts. So my second reason as to why Molly McIntire is the OG American Girl lesbian icon is she's the ultimate lesbian fashion icon. I mean, first off, her era was end of World War II, so she's not Josefina, Felicity Jones, Kit Kittredge in their traditional dresses and garb. She's got her androgynous practical clothing, because this was the 1940s. Girls were getting in line, they were getting to work, they were picking themselves up by their bootstraps, and they were going to fight on the front lines because the men were fighting in the war on the front lines. That's right, bitch. She's also got the ultimate tomboy hairstyle, which was braids with bangs. That I can personally attest to. Growing up, I always hated my hair and didn't want it to ever be seen, so I put it in ponytails, braids, and buns. I know many lesbians who've now done the classic lesbian undercut that we've all got going on can say the same, that they definitely frequented with braids and bangs. I mean, your hair just gets in the way, and we've got too much stuff to do. We've got too many tools in our pockets. We've got shit to do. Lastly, she's our ultimate lesbian fashion icon because of her accessories, bitch! She wears hats, ascots, berets, and of course she's got her signature glasses, which, ooh! Any girl in those round glasses, I mean, I was feeling things when I was younger when I first saw a doll with, actual glasses on. I mean, I may or may not have faked my eye test to get glasses because I just thought girls looked so good in glasses. Molly's a girl who would treat me right, all this to say. Okay, so and finally, here we go. This is my number 3 reason why she's the OG American Girl lesbian icon is because of this book. The most damning evidence comes to us in Molly Learns a Lesson. Now, everyone's like, okay, Kit, you're just saying she's a lesbian because what? She doesn't like math and she dresses kind of tomboyish. That's kind of being stereotypical, don't you think? One would say, yes, typically, but I am a scholar and I do my research. So, this is 100% why, confirmed, canon, I don't know what that exactly, how to use that word, means, is lesbian, because Miss Campbell This is my quote, I quoted myself, because every questioning, impressionable lesbian should have a female mentor figure to lust over. Let's talk about Miss Campbell. Miss Campbell is Molly's teacher, and she is young, she's hot. Her husband, well, I think it's her boyfriend or fiance, is like off fighting in the war. Unfortunately, he dies, which totally sucks. However, Miss Campbell is so important because she really is Molly's queer lesbian awakening. And it is even proven so in the book. So this is a quote of a summary of the first chapter. We've got our chapter by chapter summary. Source is the official American Girl Dolls wiki fandom Molly McIntire page, which definitely, you know, you're gonna get your most credible sources from here. So chapter 1, 8 times 7, she's learning her multiplication tables. It's the beginning of the school day, and Molly is admiring her teacher, Miss Campbell. Molly compares Miss Campbell's long, glossy curls to her own hair, which she criticizes as being straight as sticks. I'm sorry. In our summary of the chapter, we're just gonna talk about how much Molly is admiring her teacher and comparing herself to her. Okay. Next, we've got this quote, which hang in there. It's a little long, okay? But seriously, you guys, you are gonna, after this, you're gonna be like, yep, lesbian, I get it now. This was my awakening as well. So here we go. Again, this from the wiki fan page. It's a summary of the entire book, I believe. As Miss Campbell teaches the class, Molly thinks about how pretty she is, and she dreams that Miss Campbell will have Molly be the flower girl for her wedding. Miss Campbell interrupts Molly's dream as she continues her lesson on why England and America are working together during the war. She starts off the multiplication bee and asks Molly what 8 times 7 is. When Molly gets it wrong, Miss Campbell, remember, she's bad at math, Miss Campbell tells her she needs to work harder on her multiplication. Allison wins the bee, and Miss Campbell tells her she's proud of her, leaving Molly upset. Same. She announces the lend-a-hand contest, and Molly strives to think of an idea that will impress her teacher. In the end, when the girls' projects are handed in, she tells a newspaper she was surprised and very proud of them all, which, oh my god, like, literally, who... It's just so funny because all I wanted to do as a kid was impress my teacher, and if I ever got in trouble or, like, did something wrong or, like, didn't get it right, I was like, how can I make this teacher notice me? Which literally her just being like, I hope I'm in her wedding. One day she'll be mine. This is iconic, you guys. So yeah, I just wanted to really point that out because we're about to really harp in on this theme that lots of girls experienced when they were younger. If you're not a lesbian, maybe you don't know about it. Time to educate. What? Not understanding why getting scolded by a curvaceous blonde authority figure turns you on so you do everything in your power to impress her? Never heard of it. This is unrelated, but this is my 5th grade teacher. That's me, and also my 5th grade teacher, who I definitely wanted the most approval of, and who I really needed to impress, as you can see by my going all out in my colonial day outfit. A common theme of falling for that older authority teacher figure in your life, being a young, naive girl with this gorgeous, curvaceous blonde who kind of is, you know, showing you the ropes of what, I mean, oh my gosh, like, they look like the movie Carol. I mean, literally, was Carol the movie based off of them? Look at them! I think they even wear these outfits or something similar. Anyway, in summary, Molly from American Girl is the OG lesbian because she's not good at math, dislikes turnips and can't swim. Number 2, she changed the game with her iconic binary-breaking fashion looks and androgynous hair and glasses. And number 3, she follows the classic lesbian age gap mentor love trope. On a personal note, I would just like to say, thank you, Molly, for showing me what a bad bitch looks like. With love from 9-year-old Kit, who wore braids because she hated her hair, had a crush on her 5th grade teacher, who faked her eye test so she could get glasses to look like you. She is no longer in the closet. Which, ironically, is where you now reside in my childhood bedroom in Orange County. So, thank you guys so much for watching. I guess comment if you would like to see more American Girl doll sexuality courses.